again, take a nice big exhale. There's so much going on in the world and in our lives, every single one of us dealing with lots of things. So I hope that this hour you can just give yourself to move and breathe or be still. And let yourself enjoy the yoga. I promise you all the other stuff will still be there later. But right now you have this time for you. Support yourself right now with pillows, blankets, whatever you would like. You can have Shavasana shape or knees bent. I'm going to share a passage, a poem from Rumi, and it's called The Guest House. I always read it at the holiday time because we all have guests, right? Actual people, and they can bring up a lot of emotion, but it's bigger than that. I love this one, so I hope you like it too. The Guest House. This, being human, is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. If you're just arriving, welcome. Just make yourself comfortable on your back. Glad to have you. We'll be low and slow for this practice today. And I will offer, if you feel like resting and just being with your breath and not doing any of the movement, to remember that that is still the practice, okay? What is not the practice, and this is the challenging part because we're in our homes, what is not the practice is getting up and leaving and going and getting a snack. Tempting as it may be. Let's take a few more breaths right here on the earth. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart center. Grateful for today's practice. Please give yourself the time to be right here on your mat. Be here now. Grateful to each other for showing up. And let's send some love and healing out into the world. And you can release your arms down by your sides or even out in a T. See what feels good at this moment. Your legs can stay long or you can bend them, and we'll just begin with a gentle turning of your head, rolling the head right and left. And you can make it very small to start, or you can just go to kind of your end range today. Side to side, not rushing. You can pause on one side and take a couple of breaths. Let it feel like a massage on the back of your head. Breathing and moving, moving and breathing. We'll go side to side a few more times. Coming back to center, bend your knees. If they're not, you can take your feet a little wider than your hips for some windshield wipers. Again, you can decide where you'd like your arms, in a T, closer to your side body, to your hips. And feel free to start small and change it along the way. You can also shift your feet closer or farther apart. When we have our practices that are low and slow like this on the ground, you can always add a little extra blanket or padding if that feels better under your pelvis. And very gentle twisting happens when we do the windshield wipers. If you'd like, now you can add in the head, turning the opposite way of your legs. Notice your breath. And notice your mind. What are the thoughts? Maybe some guests have arrived and you're busy thinking. Come right back into your body, breath by breath, right here on your mat. Let's do a couple more on each side. Coming back to center, let the legs fall together, knees touching. You can put a cushion in between your knees if you'd like. Feet are a little wider, knees fall together, and maybe hands come to rest on your belly. Take some deep breaths here. And you might like to sigh out of your mouth on your exhales, just letting go, letting go, letting go. Let's take 3 more breaths right here. And you can bring your legs into a more neutral position, feet on the ground, about hip distance apart. You can keep your pillow if you'd like as we move into some bridges. And we'll start nice and slow. You can tilt your pelvis so that your low back flattens onto the mat. And then from there, lift your hips a little bit, lift the pelvis, and then lower down. Let the pelvis now tilt so that the low back just gently lifts off the mat. And then tilt, low back presses down, lift your hips. Lower your hips and allow your pelvis to tilt so the low back has a little arch. We'll do a couple more like that. Low back presses down, hips lift. Any amount, do not worry about how high you're going. That does not matter. Feel strong in your legs and buttocks. Low back presses down. We lift the hips. Lower the hips and allow the low back to arch off the mat. And then find neutral. Try right in the middle of the arching and the pressing down. Now concentrate on the feet, pressing your heels down, pressing down through the feet, lifting the pelvis and lowering. Nice and slow. We'll do a few like this, and then we'll add the arms if you want. Lifting and lowering. And then if you'd like, as you lift, your arms can come up and over. And then you let everything come back down, pelvis and arms lower down. Really connect through your feet, through your foundation, pressing down to rise up, like root and rebound. And then lower everything down. How's your breath? We'll take one more. Decide when you come down if you would like to rest or come up into a bridge and hold. You can take your arms up and over or keep your arms down by your sides. Press through the feet. Maybe lift and flutter your toes around and then let your toes rest. Push through your heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And lower down. Pause. You can let your knees fall together again if you'd like. Just pause for a few breaths right here. Lots of work in the legs and the buttocks. Okay, legs wider, feet turn out. Wide leg bridges. If these do not work for you, feel free to do some of the first shape. You can do those again, or you can also choose to rest and be with your breath. Let's start first with just the arms by the sides. Press down through the feet. Lift the pelvis and lower. You may need to adjust and get it just right so you feel like you have a very solid foundation. And beginning with your next one, perhaps you'd like to add your arms. Hips lifting, arms lifting. And everything lowering down. Unrushing. And let's do one more. Really pushing through your heels. Coming down to rest or come up into a bridge and hold. Wide leg bridge. Maybe your arms are up and over, or maybe you're pressing the arms down into the mat. That's a really nice prop right there, the floor. You can press down through your hands, your arms, your shoulders. 2 more breaths, pushing through your heels. And we'll slowly Come all the way down. Bring your legs back into neutral. Maybe let the knees fall together. Let's pause again. Your arms can rest wherever you would like, maybe with hands on your belly. Let your eyes close or soften your gaze. We'll take just about 3 or 4 breaths here. Okay, believe it or not, we're going to do one more set of bridges. What? So, neutral legs. We did this one last week where we add an extra breath. So, at the top of the bridge, we'll add a breath. And I'll talk you through it. Remember, you can rest at any time. When you're ready, we inhale, rise up. You can let your arms go up and over. Stay up for your exhale. And stay up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. And we'll take a few more like that. Inhale up. Stay up for your exhale. Stay up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Inhale up. Stay up, exhale. Stay up, inhale. Lower down, exhale. One more on your own. And finally, we will take a supported bridge. After our bridge extravaganza, you can lift up and place your cushion, your bolster underneath your pelvis. Keep your pillow or not. And let's start. Sorry, my microphone got a little wonky. And let's start just here, supported bridge with your arms by your sides, palms up or down, legs in neutral, and perhaps you'll close your eyes. Notice the support underneath you. We'll spend about 1 minute here in this variation, and then I'll give some other options. And you may like to stay right where you are. You could switch the arms to another position if you want, but keeping your feet on the ground may be just right. If you'd like, you can draw your legs in. And you can straighten and bend a few times. And then the legs can stay up, and you might point and flex one foot and then the other. And let your feet rest. You can allow a bend in your knees. And here, if you'd like, maybe a cactus arm or arms in a T. Consider closing the eyes or allowing for a soft gaze, and then take your awareness in, breathing in, breathing out, noticing each one. We'll take about 8 more breaths here. And let's take 2 more breaths here in our inversion. And you'll bring your legs down, let your feet come to the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. And we'll come off the cushion, lifting up the pelvis. You can bring your cushion or cushions to the right side of your body for a gentle twist. So you may need 0 cushions. You might want 1 or 2, or you can grab even more. So, adding your pillow back in if you'd like. Drawing your knees in, maybe shifting your hips just a teeny bit to the left, and then your knees will drop to the right. Okay, so I'm going to get it just right here. There, I got my pillows where I want them. If the gentle twist feels too much, not gentle, you can start your twist from feet on the ground and let the knees just fall to the side. In fact, I'm going to use the sandwich technique. A bolster, a leg, a bolster, a leg. sandwich technique twist asana. You might like to turn your head the opposite way of your knees. And we breathe, twisting. And bring your head back to neutral. One more full in-breath. Big, nice exhale. And bring yourself back to center. Please take your time. Shifting your cushions to the other side. Maybe shifting the pelvis a tiny bit to the right. Draw your knees in and take your legs to the left. And decide how the gentle twist feels. Maybe instead you want feet on the ground, legs drop to the side. I'm doing the sandwich stack. It's less rotation, but it just feels like a light twist. And arms in a T. Maybe turn your head the opposite way of your knees. And certainly you can close your eyes if you'd like. Feel the rotation and notice the breath. Bring your head back to center. Big full in-breath. And a nice exhale. Letting go, letting go, letting go. And draw yourself back to center. And put your cushions off to the side. Go ahead and shift yourself so you feel like your spine is back to neutral. And then you can slide your legs out. Take your right leg to the right. Left leg follows. And remember, you can hook the legs or you can have them side by side. Keep your pelvis rooted. And then you decide a little Skudasana with the upper body so that you're in this crescent moon shape. And then maybe your arms up and over, or maybe just in a T-ish. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly coming back, undoing, unbuilding the pose, pausing in the center. We'll take 3 breaths here before the second side. And then left leg to the left, right leg follows. Maybe you hook the leg. Your torso can stay in neutral, or you can scoot to the side, and you can add your arms up and over if you'd like. Your arms, your choice. Full breath. Very nice on this open side of the body, and then the other side contracted, also nice, just feels a little different. Full breath in, full breath out. And we slowly come back to center. 3 breaths in the center. And you'll draw your legs in, hugging. You can be still here or gently rock side to side. And you might decide to stay here, kind of in this upside down child's pose. Or why not have a little bit of fun with the core? So your legs will be at a 90-ish degree angle. I like to press my low back down. You can choose if you want that little arch or pressing down. Arms come up toward the sky. We'll be moving opposite limbs, okay? But this is your home position right here. This is home. And then the right leg and the left arm move away from the home and then come back. And then opposite limbs, left leg, right arm. I think I may have said the first one wrong, which is not helpful at all. Opposite limbs go away from center and then come back. Any amount. You might do this amount. For me, this feels really good today. Arm is reaching, leg is going. Some of you may have an arm all the way up and over and a leg all the way out straight. Wonderful, fine, good, groovy. All the choices are good. The trick is breathing and keeping your brain steady, because the other two limbs are trying to stay still, but they're tempted to move. Opposite limbs reaching. Breathe in, breathe out. Just a few hundred more. Let's try one more each side. And release. Let your body stretch out, arms in a T or up and over. Just take a few breaths. Let the earth hold you. 2 more deep breaths in and out. All right, so you can decide as we slowly transition into Shavasana. I wanted to give an option. You can come into Supta Baddha Konasana, cushioning the hips, the legs, and having your soles touch the soles of your feet. And you might actually prefer to stay there for Shavasana, or you can come into the traditional shape of Shavasana. I wanted to give plenty of time for point of light meditation and rest. So making yourself comfortable. And even though point of light, we make our way around the body, and there's soles of the feet, and it's okay if they're touching or if they're in Shavasana. Just setting yourself up in a comfortable place to rest. You can have your arms by your sides, palms facing up or down. Certainly wrapping yourself up or covering yourself up with a blanket to be extra cozy this evening. And you'll visualize a point of light, and that may look like a candle, a twinkle light, the sunshine, a speck of glitter, whatever it is. Whatever popped into your beautiful brain is the perfect thing. Let your body just settle. Close your eyes and visualize your point of light. And we'll begin at the crown of your head. Point of light at the crown of your head. Point of light at the space between your eyebrows. Point of light at your throat. Point of light at your heart. I have to get a drink. You stay resting. Point of light at your left shoulder. Point of light at your left elbow, left wrist, palm of your left hand. Point of light at your heart. Point of light at your right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, palm of your right hand. Point of light at your heart. Point of light at your navel. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your left hip, left knee, left ankle, sole of your left foot. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your right hip, right knee, right ankle, sole of your right foot. Point of light at the base of your spine. Point of light at your heart. And become aware of your body breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe a gentle sigh. You can invite some gentle movement, fingers, toes, maybe a teeny tiny smile. And perhaps a full body stretch, reaching through your legs, through your arms. Bending your knees and rolling to one side into fetal pose. You can take your point of light with you, keep it in your heart, share it with others, even the guests. Invite them in for tea. And bring yourself up to sit. Sorry about my coughing, of course, when I plan point of light. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. Thank you for being here, for sharing your practice, for taking care of yourself. Bowing your head in toward your heart. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, yogis.